Hi, first and foremost, disclaimer, my brightness is going to go in and out, but I hope you can see my presentation more than you can see me. Secondly, hi, my name is Lauren, and I will be going over the uncertainty reduction theory with you guys tonight. So first, have you ever met anybody and immediately wanted to figure them out? Just like that, the feeling of uncertainty kind of bubbles up within you. That feeling of trying to fill somebody out is called the uncertainty reduction theory. First and foremost, what even is the uncertainty reduction theory? Well, first, it was developed by Charles Berger, and it explains how people communicate when they are uncertain about someone, specifically a new person, and this is the first impression. 9 chances out of 10, well, before I go to the next slide, 9 chances out of 10, us as human beings hate to be left in the dark, so that bubbly feeling of uncertainty is kind of always the first feeling that we feel when we initially meet somebody for the first time. The main ideas upon this theory are 3 strategies, and the 3 strategies that we use is passive strategy, active strategy, and interactive strategy. This is kind of that question of what is this person like? So this is the strategies that we use to try and kind of fill out that specific new person. The first strategy will be passive strategy. Passive strategy is literally that simple. It is all based on observations. This is when you kind of want to get a feel of how that person acts in a specific group, or specifically their own friend group. So you kind of just sit back and observe, no interactions needed. You're just observing from afar. Secondly, we have active strategy. Active strategy is, once again, as simple as that. This is what I would call beating around the bush. You're kind of asking about that person. You're not going towards that person and asking them verbatim about themselves. This is when you go to that mutual friend and you ask them, hey, what's so-and-so like? Or does so-and-so have a favorite place that they go? Or a study room that they use? Things of that nature. Secondly, this is what I would like to call getting your source from the source. This is interactive strategy is when you go up to that person face to face and you ask all the questions, not all the questions that you really want to ask them, but the questions that keep you in that uncertainty type of feel are those questions that you start asking them. How was their day? How are you? What do you do for a living? And or what do you do in college? What's your major? What's your minor? Things of those natures. That's when you go up to that person and ask them straight from the source, what do they do? Who are they? Now, here are some real life applications as well as everyday experiences, specifically when it comes to social situations, work, school related things, and social media. When it comes specifically to social situations, this is initially meeting them for the first date or being able to finally have that face-to-face interaction. Work and school business would kind of be being able to fill out the group project, the group that you're working with for a group project. And social media is checking someone's Instagrams before meeting them. This is kind of what that explanation in the first part of the video was kind of supposed to be about. When you finally get to see that person face to face, I know a lot of us love, before we get to meet that person face to face, I know a lot of us love to hop on their social medias, whether that is Instagram, Snapchat, and or TikTok, and we kind of doom scroll to see how they act, because a lot of people on social media may skip the layers part of getting to know them and go straight to running or telling their business online. The strengths and limitations. So strengths, we have first impressions. When it comes to first impressions, we actively gather information to decide how we feel about them, specifically like, body language, the tone in their voice, being able to form that thought about them quickly after we've gotten the information that we kind of want out of them. Limitations, when I say specifically, doesn't explain deep and long-term relationships fully, specifically talking about theory this theory is solely on initial meetings and first impressions. So a lot of people